Hello, I am George from TWM. We are a few hours away from NXT Takeover 30, the 30th the 30th edition of the show. Since 2014, we've had 30, well, 29 technically. If we won't include this one because it's not like WrestleMania. It's like the 30th. Anyway, everyone at the TWM team are pitching their favourite NXT Takeover matches, myself included. So I'll kick mine off right now with NXT Takeover War Games 2. Johnny Gargano versus Alistair Black. It's an interesting choice for me because I don't massively like Gargano. I don't think any of his matches are actually that good. But this one blows it out the park. Gargano as a heel at this point didn't really work. However, his match and chemistry with Black is phenomenal. They're just both on fire, and the I absolve you of your sins, Black Mass 1, 2, 3 is just a perfect way to end it. Let's see what the team thinks.
Hey everyone, it's Craig, aka Mr. Impact Blog. My favourite takeover match comes from War Games 2, Johnny Gargano vs Alistair Black. The first takeover I'd ever chosen to watch. I'd seen all the good reviews and how good takeovers were supposed to be, so I thought I'd give this one a chance. And it made me realise just how good takeovers were and how good NXT was. Gargano and Black are two of the best, and I followed this storyline from Twitter, so it made me want to watch. So that's why Johnny Gargano and Alistair Black is my favourite takeover match.
What is it today? It's the 22nd of August. What else is it today? It's Alistair's birthday. What's the third thing it is today? It's Takeover 30, and it's also the anniversary of the best takeover match of all time. Perfect face-heel dynamic, absolutely changed the game, turned a revolution into an evolution. That's right. Happy anniversary to Sasha Bayley, one of my favourite match of all time, and, in my opinion, the best takeover match there was and there ever will be.
I'm going to take you all the way back to 2015. NXT rival Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens. The making of Kevin Owens as we know him today. He retains the championship against a very game Sami Zayn, but it's a referee stoppage. Kevin walks out with the belt and goes on to become the best NXT call-up they've ever called up. And he should have been WWE champion by now.
I'd probably go with the second War Games for my favourite NXT Takeover match. Absolutely loved that they all came out in the same war paint. The War Raiders, Pete Dunne and Ricochet, loved that. Really liked when Bobby Fish locked Pete Dunne in the cage. I thought that was clever, really, really clever. And then the domination that came with it. And then thought that the right team won as well. I think the Undisputed Era didn't really need the win because they are incredible as they are.
Hey guys, it's your girl Smiley here. I'm on break from work. So, NXT Takeover is today. And since we're talking about NXT Takeover, let's talk about some of my favorite NXT Takeover matches. My favorite NXT Takeover match has to be NXT UK Blackpool, Pete Dunne versus Joe Colby. And that's when we got our first glimpse of the beast that is Walter. Oh, when he came out after the match, I was like, oh. So yeah, that's one of my favorite matches in the world. Don't forget to watch NXT Takeover tonight at, what is it, comes on like 7 o'clock? 7 o'clock, yeah. 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. See y'all there.
My favourite NXT Takeover match of all time was Walter versus Pete Dunne for the NXT United Kingdom Championship at Takeover New York 2019. Walter came out and just absolutely cemented himself as a main event monster. You can see why WWE want him on the main roster. He was absolutely terrifying. He destroyed Pete Dunne with chops. And to be fair, Pete Dunne absolutely returned fire himself. I mean, you won't see another match like this on TakeOver. Such a technical style. It's a lot slower pace, but technically proficient and just absolutely just lighting each other up throughout. So, yeah, that's my favourite match on TakeOver.
So, there are so many amazing NXT TakeOver matches, but mine has to be Adam Cole versus Johnny Gargano, NXT TakeOver 25. Because I think that it is the most perfect WWE-esque match you could have. You have two of the best in-ring performers in the world at your disposal, and you give them 20 plus minutes, they will perform. Plus, the match was so engaging, it was fast-paced yet so technique-driven. I loved how Adam Cole worked Gargano's leg all along the match, and at the end, It played into Johnny Gargano's leg giving out, a Panama Sunrise, and into the last shot. I just loved the whole sequence and every bit of the match.
Hello, I'm Adam from TWM. My favourite takeover match has to be Gargano Ciampa Chicago Takeover Chicago 2. For one simple reason. The bit where Ciampa rips off Gargano's wedding ring and throws it away just had me very excited and very into the match. It was fantastic. It was a fantastic story told. Fantastic feud. It never really ended in the way it should. Maybe it will one day. We'll see.
So if we're talking about favourite ever NXT Takeover matches, I think I'd have to go with Sami Zayn versus Shinsuke Nakamura at NXT Takeover Dallas. I think it was the first ever takeover I watched because I was not really into NXT before that. But I remember watching it and I was like, this is proper wrestling. This is storytelling. And it was just lovely. It was a great debut for Nakamura, who I hadn't heard of beforehand. It's a shame to see where he's gone. But that was a great debut, and it was a lovely little swan song for Sami Zayn as well. So I'd have to go with that.
Okay, so my favourite match on NXT TakeOver has to be from NXT TakeOver Chicago, and it has to be Pete Dunne versus Tyler Bate for the NXT UK Championship. I mean, these two on their own are two of the most incredibly talented wrestlers in the world. Put them together and their chemistry was outstanding. They literally got out there and showed everyone just exactly how good British wrestling really was and put on a hell of a show, jam-packed full of just incredible moments into 15 minutes. And it will always be, I don't think anything can top it. It will always be my favourite match of NXT TakeOver.